Washing your car with a pressure washer or a garden hose is by far the most effective way to wash your car, but in some instances you do not have access to a pressure washer or garden hose. Like if you're in a water restricted area, maybe you're on a road trip and you want to wash your car and you're in the middle of a parking lot, what do? Or you're in winter. You can go to a pay and spray car wash, but oftentimes those places don't want you bringing your own products, and let's be honest, they don't have necessarily the best tools or the best products to use there. A hoseless wash is a way to fully wash your car without needing access to a garden hose or a pressure washer. In this video today, I'm gonna talk about a few products and I'm gonna take you through the whole process and how to perform a hoseless wash on this car. Now, there's a few tools you need to perform a hoseless wash. Number one, clean water. I have 6 double soft towels. Now, I chose the double soft towels very specifically. They're a little bit thicker, so they're gonna hold more of the wash solution, and also they're white, so I'll be able to manage and see how much dirt is actually going into this towel. You're gonna need a IK foam sprayer. This is the IK Foam Pro 2. You'll need a dilution sprayer. I grabbed the IK dilution sprayer. You'll need Adams Polish's Hoseless Wash, Adams Polish's Foam and Wash, as well as CS3, okay? Or really a spray and wipe product that will add a little bit of protection, but also have some lubricity in it. So Adams Polish is regular CS3, Adams Polish is graphene CS3. First things first, I want to get some water into my dilution bottle. And just so you know, I already filled up the IK Foam Pro 2 to about right here. We're gonna utilize the foam and wash inside of this. But first, what I'm gonna do is make a waterless wash solution. So we're gonna fill this up with water. I have the water's about to here. Grab our hoseless wash, pour some. I only need a few ounces, I don't need a ton. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm creating a waterless wash solution in my dilution bottle. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna pour some of this into my actual bucket. You can see I kind of made it to about here. Get the sprayer back onto our dilution bottle, and then you're just gonna shake this. All right, now we take our IK Foam Pro 2, just any foaming sprayer, and we're gonna take the foam and wash. And again, I'm just gonna put 3 to 4 ounces of this in here. So it doesn't have to be like super exact. Now we're gonna pump this up. Give it about 20 pumps. Once the air pressure starts to come out of this release nozzle, you know you've pumped it enough times, okay? Now, let's get our towels in the solution, okay? So the hoseless wash solution is extremely slick, okay? It has a ton of lubricity to it. So the reason why I'm putting the double softs all the way into the actual solution is I want them to be incorporated with it as much as possible. The hoseless wash solution mixed in with this clean water is really, that's the special part of this. I can feel it in my hands, it's like slippery, okay? That's what I want on this solution. But we're gonna use a combination of hoseless wash diluted into waterless wash, hoseless wash in our bucket, and foam and wash inside of our foaming sprayer to effectively clean this car, reducing the chance for scratching. I don't need this for washing. This is not like doing a 2-bucket wash where you rub the wash pad against the grit guard. I'm actually leaving this out and I'm setting it aside. So when I do have a saturated towel with too much dirt, I'm just gonna fold it up and I'm gonna set it on top of the grit guard. I don't want it to go back into my bucket. So first things first, what I wanna do is I'm gonna use our diluted hoseless wash and I'm going to pre-treat the dirtiest areas of the car. So I wanna do sort of the bottom half, pre-treat this, the front of your mirrors, the front of the car. There's a lot of bugs on here. But what I'm trying to do right now essentially is distribute the lubricity of hoseless wash diluted to the dirtiest parts of the car. Now for sure, if you live in a winter region, pre-treat the back. The back and the front of the car, the front grille, the front clip, they are by far the most dirty parts of the car. Now we can get into the actual hoseless wash process. And if you notice, I use about half of this, okay? And I want to set this aside. What I'm going to do is work panel by panel, do the sides of the car, the roof, the windshield, the hood, before I end up doing the front grille and the back. Using the foam and wash, I'm going to foam this down. Okay, as you lose pressure, pump it up, keep going. The foam and wash is a process that you can use to foam the car and then just wipe it off directly. I personally like to use the foam and wash in combination with the hoseless wash. I use this to maximize the amount of lubricity. The more lubricity I have, the less chance for scratching while I do this. Now I take my first double soft. Now, if you can see when I take this out, it's going to be dripping water. So what I want to do is grab this. I'm barely going to push with my hands to the point where it is not quite dripping water. I take this, I fold it in half once and twice. What that's gonna do is give me essentially 8 square panels of the double soft to use, okay? Now, I'm gonna start, and what I do is wipe and kind of roll at the same time, okay? Now, all I'm trying to do right now is remove dirt. I'm not trying to even this out. I'm not trying to make this look perfect. I'm just trying to get whatever the dirt is on the car off and into the towel. Once this starts to get very dirty, noticeably dirty, then I will flip the towel over to the fresh side and I will continue to wipe away the dirt that is on the car. All right, so we have one door done and I've only used 2 panels of this towel. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set it right here. Now, take the foam and wash solution in our foaming sprayer. I'm gonna do this door now. If I try to foam the entirety of the car, what happens is I spend a lot of my time pumping and spraying and pumping and spraying. And then by the time I get back to the part where I wanna start cleaning, the foam is dissipated. Go back to my towel. Now both of these sides are saturated with dirt. So I'm just gonna fold the towel back onto itself and we'll remove the dirt from this. Hoseless wash and foam and wash both neutralize the water once they're mixed together and eliminates water spotting when it's on your car. This towel is pretty much done for. It's saturated with dirt on every piece of the towel. So what I'm gonna do is take this and I will set it aside onto my grit guard. I don't wanna put this in this bucket because if I do, then all that dirt is gonna get incorporated with it. Forget that. We're gonna set it aside and then we'll just have a new double soft towel that has clean solution, a clean towel, and then we'll continue on with cleaning the car. It's winter here in Colorado, and what I did is I went inside to the sink and I filled this bucket up with hot water. Okay, so now every time I pull this out, my hands are warm because I'm utilizing the warm hot water. A little bit of scrubbing to get bug guts off, but gosh, they just come flying off. Don't forget to clean your door jambs. Now, this is especially important during winter months. If you live in a winter area, your door jambs are gonna get extremely dirty during those months. The reason why I don't use the foam and wash solution while I do my door jambs is I don't wanna run the risk of getting foam inside the car. So the lubricity of the hoseless wash is more than enough to clean your door jambs. The most effective way to clean wheels by far is if it's in winter, go to a paint spray, take your bucket with you, use wheel cleaner or wheel and tire cleaner and clean your wheels. But if it's something that you're not going to do, you can do a quick job doing the hoseless wash style. So taking the diluted hoseless wash, I'm going to liberally spray the wheels down to sort of pre-treat for a second. And then take the foam and wash. And mainly what I'm doing is getting the face of the wheel. Okay, so like so. I have one towel left in here of the hoseless wash solution. I'm gonna leave that and I'm gonna take some of these towels that aren't quite as nasty as some of the other ones because your wheels are very rugged, and we're just gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna wipe these down Now again, it's gonna be a little bit harder to clean the barrels of the wheels, kind of the areas you can't reach with your hand, but you can do the best you can by getting the towel back there. You know, if you want, you can kind of push it through, pull this through on this side. Managing your expectation, you know, this isn't something you're gonna get perfect. These are carpeted fender wells, so I can't use a towel to clean that. So again, going to a paint spray, using the fender brush, scrubbing these out, using the power of the pressure washer is just gonna be much more effective. So once you get one done, move on to all four, and then we'll be ready to do the CS3 process. So we've gone around this whole car with the Hoseless wash solution and the double soft towels. And actually, I got away with using only 5 towels. I still have one left inside my bucket with about, I don't know, call it 2 gallons of water in there left. What I can do now is actually set this aside in my garage and leave it. You can use the solution that's in there with the towels, set it aside, and now you're not using as much water as you would by using a pressure washer or a hose. Since we've gone around the whole thing, it's sort of streaky. You can kind of see the excess dried hoseless wash solution on here and a little bit of the foam and wash. Either using the waterless wash solution we created from the hoseless wash or CS3, we're gonna go through and we're gonna wipe this car down. Now, I like to use either, you know, a clean double soft towel, but I have some borderless gray towels with me, so this is the product I'm going to use. I actually have 2 of these, so there's one in there, there's one in my hand now. I recommend having 2 for this process because in certain areas of the car, it's still gonna be wet. When one towel gets saturated with the water and hoseless wash solution, it will become streaky. So because you're gonna be wiping off water and some solution, you need 2 towels to do this effectively. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna touch up the car. And one thing I do wanna mention is as I was looking at this, I actually missed a little spot right here. I'm not worried about it, okay? I'm not a perfect detailer, nobody is. Having something like CS3 that has the lubricity, like the waterless wash capabilities, but also the SiO2 or silica is going to benefit me because I can still sort of clean the spots maybe that I missed, get the solution of hoseless wash off, but also add the protection benefit with the silica or SiO2. So what I'm gonna do is you just give it a few sprays and wipe it down. It's sort of like going over your car with a quick detailing, like detail spray, slick and slide, something like that. Just gonna spray it on and we're gonna wipe it off, all right? Long, fast swipes. I generally start with the windows and surrounding areas first. When your towel gets a little bit too saturated, it makes it streaky on the windows. That's why I always start with the windows. All right, last touch, dressing your tires, and you are done performing a hoseless wash. Now, utilizing something like Adams Polish's Hoseless Wash allows you to fully wash your car safely, reducing the chance of scratching, but not needing to use a pressure washer or garden hose. It's a unique formula that has very high lubricity, so it's going to encapsulate the dirt and it's going to remove that dirt with minimal scratching. The hoseless wash system, the hoseless wash process is going to be a great option to get your car clean, shiny, and looking really great.